Beautiful humans. What's happening? We are live here from the home studio in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's another weekly update for all things happening here at inHarmony. My name is Craig. I'm one of the co-founders of the company, and I've been going live every day, well, every week for, over 3 years, September of 2021. And if you're watching for the first time, click that like button, subscribe, and make sure that you're getting all of the updates that we have here at inHarmony, because I was just looking back at how things change week over week. Actually missed last week, and the jump in inventory, you can actually track and see what sales look like. You can see how many units are moving. All of this is as transparent as could possibly be. And I was looking back to previous, I'm blown away at how things change week over week. And I was in Cabo for a few days, taking a nice little vacation. I got some great news when I was on there. I left actually the day after my last live. And then the next morning, I got a great conversation or a great call, great text message actually, from our manufacturing group with a positive outlook on this container, which arrives Friday. So for those of you that have been following along, for those of you, there are 20 of you that have placed a pre-order for an inHarmony Sound Lounge 1. There are 9 of you that have placed a pre-order for an inHarmony Practitioner 2. For those of you that are waiting on your product, it's going to be in my warehouse on Friday, I think. So that's at least a delivery date that is scheduled. My team has pretty much been rock spot on of late. The limiting factor has always been hands in the warehouse to get everything unpacked. But assuming it arrives on Friday and we're able to start unpacking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we expect to be shipping those pre-orders by the end of next week, which I'm very optimistic on. I'm also pretty bullish on what's going on with tariffs. If you saw my last video, you saw I was pretty bent out of shape about it. I was losing sleep. I was a little concerned. I was going back and forth with their manufacturing group, working on solutions. There are no short-term solutions, by the way, for any of us, except to just do it. We cannot move manufacturing that quickly. We've thought long and hard about many different options. And I appreciate those of you that have reached out with suggestions. Dom and I are going to work through it. We have amazing partners with feet on the ground. We can manufacture in other places. However, the expertise and the price, it still all comes from the country of origin that we manufacture in. So there's some challenges to it and some nuance, and we're all learning as everybody is learning. But as of right now, I am optimistic and bullish about this container in particular. And then we also have a headphones order that's coming in of 1,000 units, which is already in the air and should be here on Friday as well. So there's some really good stuff happening this week. Let's talk about inventory. And then, look, at this point, I'm just going to keep in touch, and I'm going to post in our Telegram user group exactly what's happening with these tariffs and exactly what's happening. Fingers are crossed, but I am optimistic about all of this. And I got a bunch of newness to share with you outside of just manufacturing, although having a container here in the next couple of days is always very exciting. Inventory in our warehouse. I already mentioned this, 0 inHarmony Sound Lounge 1s. It's our original. It's the remake of the original. A lot of questions about this lately, a lot of demand. We have 20 of them pre-ordered. I only have 16 in this container. So some of you, which we've already been reaching out to, are waiting for our next container. We originally ordered 40, and it was going to be a limited edition. Dom just ordered 150 more. I don't know how quickly those are going to be produced. I don't know how quickly they're going to get here, but I would expect larger numbers than what we've seen in past containers, 16, 16, 18. The next container I already know is going to have 18. We're going to try and get more inHarmony Sound Lounge 1s into not the container arriving on Friday, but the next container after that, which as of right now is in production, but is not being scheduled to depart until we have a little bit more clarity around what's happening from a tariffs perspective. And again, I'm pretty confident that we're going to come to terms and this whole thing is going to work out just fine. Not just for us, but for many others that are sitting on the edge of their seat. The inHarmony Sound Lounge 2, as you know, has been disconnected. It's been discontinued. It has been replaced by the Sound Lounge 3. We'll be taking down that page and updating some of our videos over the next few weeks. We have 10 inHarmony Sound Lounge 3s in inventory, which means they're in our warehouse. You place your order today, it ships tomorrow. 10 inHarmony Sound Lounge 3s. I have 63 coming in our container that arrives on the 28th. I have 0 inHarmony Practitioner 2s, 9 pre-orders to fulfill with 59 coming in our next container. I have 137 black inHarmony meditation cushions with 10 in the next container or in this container. 81 beige, 51 light gray fabric with 10 of each coming up in our next, in this container that arrives this week. So we'll have a little bit of replenished stock there. But again, we're going to be good for the next few months. I have 154. I'm down to 154 sets of headphones. Some of you have seen a glitch. We have two warehouses. We have a warehouse here in Vegas. We have a warehouse in Vista, California. And the headphones are here in Vegas. And we have this glitch where it goes out of stock, even though I have 154 in stock. We're going to add a pre-order function, and we got a couple things that we're working on, which I'll talk about here in a moment. But we're not out of stock. It's a glitch in the system that we just cannot seem to get straight and figure out. We have a workaround in place, but it's not really holding. So we're kind of back to the drawing board there, but don't worry about it. We are working on it diligently every single day. I have 1,000 inHarmony headphones that are in the air on their way here now. So we're gonna have plenty of stock in those soon enough. And they are a hit for sure. I'm down to 1,037 inHarmony eye masks. I just got a bunch more of those shipped to me. I'm pretty excited about this product. And if you travel, this is not just a mask that I would use for vibroacoustic therapy, although it's great for that. And it absolutely has its own application, its own impact on the experience as well. But this is also something that I travel all over the place with. Went down to Mexico, used it. Everybody thought it was funny that I was so branded on the plane, but really it's the best eye mask that I've ever used. And really something that I think everybody should have, especially if you travel, you're just looking to take a nap during the day. Whatever it is a phenomenal eye mask for darkness. As I mentioned, our next container is scheduled to be delivered to our warehouse on Friday. That's April 28th. And we'll let you know, we'll know Friday morning exactly what our fate is with these tariffs, although I'm still optimistic and they still tell me that there's going to be no impact. So fingers are crossed that that is going to be the case. I will update on Telegram user group with the latest details as they unfold. On the inHarmony media side of things, we have 225 music meditations in our app as of this broadcast. Root to Crown and Crown to Root, Chapter 2, were just added in 22-minute durations. We had just done the entire series from start to finish. It was 77 minutes long. This one is the shorter durations as well, which we're very excited about. 741 Hertz Volume 2 is next. It should be released, I expect, this week. And we got some really good things happening on the inHarmony media side of things. Anthony is creating some of the best music I've ever heard and felt. We're soon to have a Suelo release, which I didn't mention in the text, but that's going to be coming up shortly. Something we've been waiting on for quite some time. So I'm pretty excited for that to happen. And that is... that's exciting. It's just really exciting. On the inHarmony science and research side, we just launched the largest vibroacoustic study. I don't know if it's ever been done. That's ever been done. I think that's ever been done. So I literally just sent this out to all of our affiliates and all of our users. That's like, I don't know, 700, 800 people right there. This is a study that everyone who owns our technology, by the way, we just crossed the 10,000 unit mark as far as 10,000 units sold in our company history, which I think is awesome. And that's 10,000, obviously minus the headphones and eye mask, but that's at least 8,000 units that's out there. And every single person that puts somebody on it and uses it themselves can take advantage of this particular study. So to say that I'm excited about this one is an understatement. I think this is the world's largest vibroacoustic study ever to launch. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm going to share my screen real quick because I want to. And I'm not sure if this is going to give me the ability to share my screen. I think it is. I'm going to add this to stage. I'm going to mention this on our website. I may as well do it right now. But this is the inHarmony Sound Lounge 3 page. And you'll see that we just added a low stock and a timeline. This timeline happens to not be working. The team is working on it. But we're adding a few different features to our website. I briefly mentioned this last week, or my last live. But if you go to the inHarmony Sound Lounge 1, you will see a pre-order button now, and that is to pre-order in full. We're going to be updating all of our We're going to be updating all of our verbiage and everything else that's here. And then as you go to the different products, it's going to show you how many are in stock. And it's got this little line that goes up to 100 units. So you're going to see this start to move down and down. And then obviously when a product is in pre-order, like this one is, you're going to see that pre-order button. We've got some new pages focused on the topic of pre-ordering, which I'm pretty excited about. Just type in pre-order for now. We're going to have links each one. As demand for our products grows, we want to keep you informed. And here's how to find up-to-date information. It takes you back to this live. Talks a little about first order in, first order out. A lot of the documentation that we've put together. And of course, there's a video here where I'm kind of talking about what's happening. Hello, and you need to know about pre-orders and when we're on back order. So we're going to add that up to the site as well. So we got some pretty exciting stuff happening on that front. And then what did I want to show you? I pulled this up in the first place. Oh yeah, I don't think that's going to change over. Is it? I don't think it is. It's not changing right now. So I'm not going to be able to show you, but I just sent out to our user group and our affiliate group, participation in the largest vibroacoustic study. It has a little QR code. You scan it with your phone. Anybody can do this. So anybody that's getting on and off your inHarmony sound lounge or practitioner or massage table or cushion, any unit, it gives you the ability to do a quick pre and post survey. And this will contribute to what I think is going to be the largest vibroacoustic study done to date. So to say I'm pretty excited about this, again, is an understatement. I was really excited about this a couple weeks ago. I'm really excited about it now. But we just launched the largest vibroacoustic study, I think, in vibroacoustic therapy history, which I'm pretty pumped on. So we'll see how the results, as the results start to flow in, we'll see how many people actually engage and sign up. We got a lot of science and research happening, including what's happening in our lab, which I will download you on next week. My inHarmony certification course is almost done. I got one final day tomorrow in the studio. I'm going to shave the head and the face, and we've got a number of videos to record tomorrow. And then this thing is in the bag. I am super pumped on it and really excited. And I got a lot of events that are coming up too. So let's talk about events. Monday night was epic. I had what I wasn't expecting to be it was an amazing event with amazing people, but I was not expecting close to 300 people to show up. I would have invited a lot more people. I am so stoked to be working with Dana Kay, her husband, Shane, and their entire team. Husband, significant life partner. I'm not exactly sure what title they go by, but they're definitely married, or at least feel like they're married to me. And I love them. They are absolutely incredible. And they had close to 300 people at the Durango Casino outside for yoga, body movement, and then a nice little dance party. We were running demos. Mike and Alyssa were there with the Align mat. We had a really awesome night. And I didn't get out of there until super late, probably like midnight. I'm exhausted all week this week, but one more good night's sleep tomorrow night. I'm going to feel like $1 million. I'm super pumped on it. Monday night was awesome. Next week, the week after, I'm back in the studio filming Office Hours Season 8 with David Meltzer and our amazing family. The week after that, I've got a camping trip with my family. We're literally going to the desert, Epic's Ranch weekend, which is going to be outside Barstow. The very following week, Kate and Brian Holloman are doing a massage training course. I'll have some more details on that. That's going to be happening just outside Dallas. Their first one is sold out already. They have another one coming up in June, and we're going to be talking about that. For those of you that want to go learn more about using inHarmony from a vibroacoustic therapy perspective, we'll have a referral link for that as well. I'm going to High Vibe Fest. I'm not sure if we're bringing the sound lounges yet. I know my wife is going to be vending. I'm done with taking my daughter and our RV. That's going to be a nice little camping trip. High Vibe Fest is put on by Equanimous. I'm hoping Anthony's going to be there. Fingers crossed. And Gloria. We might do something together if he is. June 23rd to the 27th is the LMT Success School. We've done the last two, December and June, here in Las Vegas. Kate Holloman and Brian will be there again, leading a nice crew. And it's a great opportunity for me to take a step back, focus on making inventory, go there and support their group. But their group basically runs these events. And then in November, we have Positive Prime, which is going to be in Boston. And it is November 2nd to November 6th. And we got more on our radar as well, waiting for things to lock up and confirm. As always, thank you for all you do to support our growth. I'm grateful to have your attention. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing or tagging somebody you think might need this update. And as always, I hope you have an absolutely spectacular day.